Hi, welcome back to the WordPress YouTube channel. This is Valerie again. I'm so glad to see you here. Happy New Year! It's January, which means it's time to catch up on the December news. In this video, we'll close out our 2025 news updates. As usual, we'll start with the latest from WordPress core and Gutenberg, then move on to a few fresh plugins and tools. So, if you're ready, let's dive in. WordPress 6.9 Gene was released on December 2nd. It brought some extra joy to the community, kind of an early holiday gift. If you haven't yet, take a look at the WordPress 6.9 field guide. It covers everything you need to know about the release. And if you want to see the features in action, check the WordPress video linked in the description. This release was also unique. It was the first WordPress version ever timed to launch during State of the World, the annual keynote from Matt Mullenweg, the co-founder of WordPress. A group of contributors even joined Matt on stage to press the release button together, a symbolic reminder of the hidden heroes behind every release. This year included another first. There was a live crossover with the TBPN podcast, and that helped the event reach a wider audience. You can watch the full State of the World on YouTube, but if you only want key highlights, you are in the right place. So let's start with the big picture. WordPress still powers 43% of the entire web, and interestingly, adoption keeps growing in key regions. For example, in Japan, 58.5% of all websites run on WordPress. Moreover, most WordPress sites today are non-English. So yes, WordPress is truly global. Meanwhile, at the enterprise level, growth continues. Right now, 89.4% of world's top 1,000 sites use WordPress, and that's almost half of the biggest websites on the planet. And the ecosystem keeps expanding too. There are now more than 60,000 plugins, over 14,000 themes, and 1,000 plus vlog themes. WordPress 6.9 also marked a milestone. It followed almost 80 million downloads of 6.8 before State of the World. Among the key updates, Gutenberg architect Matthias Ventura pointed out notes, an extended command palette, new blocks, and the ability API for AI-powered workflows. Across the ecosystem, companies are already using AI more and more. For example, Hostinger, Elementor, Jetpack, Yoast, and WordPress.com have all launched AI-driven tools. Inside WordPress itself, AI now supports plugin reviews, translations, security scans, and more. Moreover, the WordPress AI team, created only this year, has already delivered its full building blocks roadmap, including the new Abilities API in WordPress 6.9. Looking ahead, WordPress 7.0 will continue this work. We'll see Workflows API, so developers can connect AI abilities into automated steps. Education is also on the rise. There were 81 WordCamps worldwide, and 1.5 million people used to learn WordPress. So more newcomers are joining. Security and stability saw upgrades too. From now on, plugin auto updates roll out after 24 hours. And on a lighter note, WordPress.org will soon feature a Wapuu museum, so the mascot is getting a permanent home. Finally, WordPress 7.0 is expected in early 2026, so the next big chapter is already on the horizon. Mark your calendars for two important dates. Beta 1 for WordPress 6.0 on February 19th, and Release Candidate 1 on March 19th, 2026. At the same time, WordPress Playground keeps growing as a super easy testing space with no setup needed. In the 2025 year in review, Playground architect Adam Zielinski highlights some big wins. Playground now works with 99% of WordPress plugins, and it can even run tools like PHPMyAdmin and Laravel. It's also much faster now thanks to OP Cache and concurrent workers. On top of that, modern PHP workflows are way easier. You get Xdebug, new debugging tools, and advanced MySQL emulation for full database control. Developer tools improved too, with file browsers, blueprint editors, and one-click Gutenberg previews. And the community is busy translating docs and showing Playground at WordCamps worldwide. All in all, Playground is quickly becoming a go-to space for testing, teaching, and building WordPress. And speaking of Playground, there is another tool that builds on its power, WordPress Studio. It's a fast, free, open source local development tool built on Playground. You can use it completely offline, creating sites, testing plugins, or building themes. For those who want extra features, a free WordPress.com account lets you sync with WordPress.com or Pressable. Share live preview links and use the built-in AI assistant to speed up development. The WordPress AI team is sharing a bold vision. They want AI to be a core part of WordPress, just like databases. Not an optional feature, but something everyone can rely on. Jason Adams explained how the Abilities API, WP AI Client, and Workflows API will help developers build AI tools. He also suggests that hosts include AI in their plans, so users don't need external accounts or keys. The post-Sparkle discussion, contributors asked about ethics, sustainability, and compliance. Others welcomed AI as part of the infrastructure. James LePage added that WordPress is really building the foundation for AI right now, and more coming in 7.0. How quickly that happens will really depend on how hosts and wider community respond to this vision. Now let's switch over to what's new in Gutenberg. First, in Gutenberg 22.2, one standout update is support for embedded videos in the cover block. So instead of uploading files, you can finally use YouTube or Vimeo as a background video. So it will keep pages lighter and will save bandwidth. The breadcrumbs block also gets smarter. It now handles home pages, archives, 404 pages, and paginated content. Much better. And lastly, the math block now includes styling options. Gutenberg 22.3 adds a new fonts page. This makes typography much easier to manage in one place. Grid layouts are now responsive by default. There is also more progress on the site editor's routing system, and image editing also gets a round of useful refinements. Now let's take a look at some new plugins. First up is the new AI Experiments plugin, and this one is designed for testing AI-powered features inside WordPress. It includes a small framework for registering and testing experimental tools. It also works with the WP AI client, so it can connect to external AI providers. Currently, there is a feature that suggests post titles within the editor, and you can also get admin settings to manage AI credentials. You can also turn experiments on or off globally or per feature. So it's a safe way to explore what AI might look like in WordPress. So trying AI features without rolling them straight into production sounds great. Next, there is a new plugin from GoDaddy's Courtney Robinson called Post Formats for Block Themes. This brings classic post formats back to modern block themes. So, things like galleries, quotes, and video posts get their own structure again. It includes smart detection and unique block patterns for each format. There is even a chat log block for handling transcripts. In short, it combines the familiar feel of old-school WordPress blogging with today's full-site editing tools. And speaking of new releases, there is also a fresh plugin called Simple Block Animations. This is a lightweight way to add scroll-triggered animations to your Gutenberg blogs. You get 5 animation types, including fades and slides, and you can also adjust things like duration and delay. So the motion feels just right. It's built using the Intersection Observer API and native CSS. That means it only loads assets when needed. I'd also like to highlight a new plugin called Placeholders. It helps you wireframe ad layout directly in the editor. The plugin includes 14 Gutenberg blocks for standard IAB ad sizes, and these are the common ad formats used across the web. Each block shows a simple placeholder with the correct dimensions, and you can change the colors and adjust the alignment. It's useful for layout planning, client previews, and early design work. The plugin is also free and can be downloaded from the WordPress repository. Another new plugin is called Inline Context. It adds small expandable tooltips right inside your content. These are perfect for definitions, references, or short explanations. You can style notes with icons and colors, and readers can keep going without interruption. It's fully keyboard accessible, ready for translation, and there is a live preview available in WordPress Playground. And that's a wrap on our December 2025 WordPress news. I'd love to hear from you. What was your favorite highlight from December? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss future updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.